We live in a world ruled by tyranny, where knowledge is suppressed and ignorance is glorified. A world where propaganda and misinformation travel the airways at the speed of lies. But in the midst of the violence and chaos, a great awakening is taking place. And as the media empires continue to collapse, a new network is forming. A network of truth. A network of courage. A network of awareness. Peace and greetings. You are now tuned into the Network of Awareness podcast radio station, where we examine current events, politics, health, finance, and topics of cultural relevance in America and throughout the world, while bringing you insightful interviews with guests that will both educate and inspire you. And now, your host of the Network of Awareness podcast radio station, ORRA the Informationalist.
My aura is a network full of awareness and gifts like ORRA, the Informationalist.
Network of Awareness presents Arrogance and Pride, the silent architects of the illusion of knowledge. Peace and greetings, truth seekers, critical thinkers, and my fellow Network of Awareness supporters, or the informationalists here to unravel a paradox that has entwined itself into the fabric of human existence, the illusion of knowledge and the delusion of understanding. In our pursuit of wisdom and enlightenment, we often find ourselves navigating a labyrinth of arrogance and pride, inadvertently losing touch with the profound awareness that should accompany our experiences in this complex world. Let us embark on a journey together, a journey into the depths of human psyche where the allure of knowing blinds us to the subtleties of genuine understanding. It is said that knowledge is power, but I challenge this notion, for knowledge alone is a dormant force until it finds application in the theater of life. Actions indeed speak louder than words. In a world intoxicated by information, where the digital realm inundates us with an incessant stream of data, the lines between true understanding and superficial knowledge blur. We collect facts and figures like precious stones, hoarding them in the treasure troves of our minds. But how often do we pause to contemplate the significance of these intellectual riches? The crux of the matter lies in our propensity for arrogance and pride. We become victims of our own perceived intelligence, creating a self-imposed barrier that shields us from the profound lessons life has to offer. The moment we believe we have mastered a subject, understood a concept, or unraveled the mysteries of existence, we erect walls around our minds, unwittingly shutting out the endless possibilities that lie beyond our perceived understanding. Think of the metaphorical Tower of Babel, where humanity, in its collective arrogance, sought to build a structure that would reach the heavens. The consequence of this hubris was not only the collapse of the physical tower, but also the fragmentation of language, a symbol of the breakdown in communication that arises when arrogance replaces humility. It is essential to recognize that the illusion of knowledge often stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of reality. We dissect the world into categories, attempting to label and quantify every aspect of our existence. Yet, in our pursuit of certainty, we overlook the inherent ambiguity that shrouds our perceptions. The universe, with its vast complexities, cannot be neatly packaged into the confines of our limited understanding. Consider the ancient allegory of the blind men and the elephant, where each individual touches a different part of the creature and, based on their isolated experiences, forms a distinct understanding of what an elephant is. The truth, however, lies in the synthesis of these perspectives. Similarly, our fragmented knowledge of the world acquired through specialized disciplines and narrow viewpoints often blind us to the interconnectedness of all things. The danger of this illusion becomes more apparent when we apply it to our interactions with others. In our relationships, be they personal or professional, the assumption that we understand the thoughts and feelings of those around us can lead us to grave misunderstandings. We become prisoners of our own preconceptions, projecting our perceived knowledge onto the actions and intentions of others, oblivious to the intricacies of their unique experiences. Arrogance and pride, the silent architects of the illusion of knowledge, not only hinder our understanding of the external world, but also cripple our ability to introspect. When we believe we have unraveled the mysteries of our own psyche, we risk stagnation. The journey of self-discovery is perpetual, requiring a humble acknowledgement of the vast depths within us that remain unexplored. The philosopher Socrates, a paragon of humility in the pursuit of wisdom, famously declared, "I know that I am an intelligent because I know that I know nothing." This Socratic paradox encapsulates the essence of true understanding, the recognition of our own ignorance. It is through this admission of vulnerability that we open ourselves to the ceaseless flow of knowledge and wisdom. In the modern era, the deluge of information at our fingertips has given rise to a peculiar phenomenon, the Dunning-Kruger effect. This cognitive bias manifests when individuals lacking the competence to recognize their own ineptitude believe their abilities to be much higher than they actually are. In the age of internet expertise, where a cursory Google search can make one feel like a polymath, the Dunning-Kruger effect thrives, perpetuating the illusion of knowledge. To transcend this cognitive trap, we must cultivate a spirit of intellectual humility. True understanding begins with an admission of our limitations, an acknowledgement of the vast tapestry of knowledge extends far beyond the boundaries of our current comprehension. It requires the courage to venture into the unknown, to question the certainties that anchor us to familiar shores of our comfort zones. Knowledge, divorced from humility, transforms into a double-edged sword. It can empower and elevate, but it can also blind and imprison. It is the application of knowledge that breathes life into its dormant potential. The bridge between knowing and doing is built on the pillars of action, and it is this bridge that connects the ethereal realm of ideas with the tangible world of experience. Consider for an instance the aspiring musician who spends years mastering the theory of music without ever touching an instrument. The theoretical knowledge, while valuable, remains impotent until translated into the harmonious chords and melodies that reverberate through the air. In the realm of practicality, it is not the depth of theoretical knowledge that matters, but the skillful application of that knowledge. Likewise, the entrepreneur, armed with a comprehensive business plan, but hesitant to take the plunge into the volatile waters of the market, is shackled by the delusion of understanding. Theories and models may provide a roadmap, but the unpredictable terrain of reality demands adaptability and the courage to navigate the unknown. The dichotomy between theory and practice underscores the perennial debate between academics and practitioners. The scholar immersed in the ivory tower of academia may wield a vast arsenal of knowledge, yet without a foray into the field of application, the knowledge remains sterile. Conversely, the practitioner engrossed in the immediacy of action may overlook the depth that theoretical insights can provide. In the words of the ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius, I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. This profound wisdom encapsulates the transformative power of our experiential learning. It is through the crucible of the first-hand experience that knowledge metamorphoses into understanding. Theoretical constructs are tested and refined in the crucible of reality, forging a more profound comprehension of the subject at hand. The bridge between knowledge and understanding, however, is not without its challenges. In a world fixated in instant gratification, the journey of applied knowledge requires patience and perseverance. The allure of quick fixes and shortcuts tempt us to bypass the arduous process of learning through experience. Yet, it is the crucible of time that tempers knowledge into wisdom. Consider the craftsman who dedicates years to honing his skills, each stroke of the hammer and chisel a testament to the mastery acquired through patient practice. The craftsman's understanding of his trade transcends the theoretical ingrained in the muscle memory of his hands and the intuitive knowledge that comes only from years of toil and dedication. The allure of knowledge is undeniable. From the earliest moments of our cognitive development, we are driven by insatiable curiosity, a thirst for understanding the world around us. We embark on a lifelong journey, accumulating facts, theories, and information like precious gems to adorn the crown of our intellect. Yet, in this relentless pursuit, we risk succumbing to the seductive embrace of arrogance, a formidable foe that blinds us to the vast expanses of the unknown. Arrogance, the insidious twin of knowledge, masquerades as wisdom. It whispers sweet affirmations to our ego, convincing us that we have unraveled the mysteries of existence. It compels us to stand atop the ivory towers of our perceived understanding, peering down upon the world with an air of superiority. In doing so, we lose sight of the humility required to grasp the elusive truths that elude the grasp of even the most erudite minds. Pride, another accomplice in this grand deception, paves the way for a perilous descent into ignorance. It blinds us to the possibility of error, persuading us that our convictions are infallible. Like a stubborn fog, it obscures the clarity of our vision and deafens our ears to the whispers of dissenting voices. In our pride, we construct mental fortresses impervious to the winds of change and resistant to the transformative power of new perspectives. The irony lies in the realization that more we proclaim to know, the less we truly understand. Our minds become cluttered with the debris of preconceived notions, hindering the organic growth of wisdom. In the pursuit of intellectual riches, we risk bankruptcy of the soul, exchanging the profound beauty of genuine understanding for the hollow echoes of self-aggrandizement. The root of this illusion lies in the misconception that knowledge, in and of itself, equates to understanding. It is a pitfall that has ensnared countless minds throughout history. True understanding, however, transcends the mere accumulation of facts and figures. It is a dynamic dance with the mysteries of existence, requiring an open heart and a receptive mind. Consider the analogy of a vast ocean, an apt metaphor for the boundless sea of knowledge. A person may amass an impressive collection of bottles, each filled with droplets of information gathered from the ocean's depths. These bottles, neatly arranged on the shelves of the mind, may give the illusion of mastery over the ocean. Yet, in truth, the ocean remains an enigma, an ever-changing, unfathomable expanse that eludes the containment within the confines of a glass container. In the same vein, knowledge, when divorced from humility and awareness of its limitations, becomes a mere assortment of bottled facts. The illusion is that by possessing these bottles, one possesses the ocean itself. But the ocean is not a static entity. It is a living, breathing force that defies confinement. Likewise, understanding is not a fixed destination, but a continuous journey, a process of perpetual exploration and discovery. The danger of falling prey to the illusion of knowledge is, in the vast tapestry of human existence, we often find ourselves entangled in the delicate threads of knowledge and understanding. It is a paradoxical dance, a constant interplay between the illusion of knowledge and the delusion of understanding. We pride ourselves on the accumulation of facts, the mastery of information, yet seldom do we pause to reflect on the true nature of our awareness. It is a curious trait of human nature to to believe that knowledge is an absolute and an unassailable fortress that once erected shields us from the uncertainties of life. We wrap ourselves in the comfort of what we think we know, building walls around our minds that insulate us from the raw, unfiltered experience of the world. This illusion of knowledge is a deceptive mirage, a shimmering oasis in the desert of our ignorance. The philosopher Bertrand Russell once remarked, "The fundamental cause of the trouble is not in the modern world. The stupid are cocksure while the intelligent are full of doubt." This sentiment encapsulates the crux of the illusion of knowledge. Our arrogance blinds us to the vast expanse of what we don't know. We become prisoners of our own certainties, trapped in a self-imposed cage of intellectual hubris. Arrogance and pride, the twin architects of this cognitive fortress, breed a dangerous complacency. We become content with the surface of things, mistaking the shallows for depths. Our minds become closed chambers, restraint to the winds of new ideas and perspectives. In this state of intellectual stagnation, we lose the very essence of what it means to be alive, the awareness of the ever-changing, ever-evolving nature of our existence. Consider for a moment the metaphor of a pond. The stagnant water, devoid of movement, becomes a breeding ground for algae and mosquitoes. In contrast, a flowing river constantly renewing itself teems with life. Our minds, like bodies of water, face a similar choice. We become stagnant ponds, nurturing the larvae of our own arrogance, or do we embrace the flowing river of uncertainty where the waters of knowledge are always in motion? The delusion of understanding, on the other hand, is a subtler trap. It is born from the illusion of knowledge, but takes root in the fertile soil of our assumptions. We convince ourselves that we understand, that we have unraveled the mysteries of life and existence. Yet, this understanding is often nothing more than a veneer, a thin layer of comprehension that shatters upon closer inspection. The delusion of understanding is a veil that obscures the true complexity of the world. It is a narrative we construct to make sense of the chaos, a story we tell ourselves to find comfort in the face of the unknown. But, as the saying goes, the map is not the territory. Our understanding, no matter how intricate, is but a map, a representation that pales in comparison to the vast, uncharted territory of reality. In our pursuit of understanding, we often fall prey to the confirmation bias, selectively interpreting information that aligns with our preconceived notions. We cherry-pick the facts that support our narrative, discarding those that threaten our fragile sense of understanding. This intellectual myopia leads us further into the labyrinth of our own illusions, a maze where the walls are built not of stone, but our own cognitive biases. Pride, the silent architect, reinforces the delusion of understanding. We cling to admit when we don't know, terrified of appearing vulnerable or ignorant. We cling to the illusions of understanding like a drowning person clutching at a lifeline. This fear of the illusion, this fear of not knowing, of embracing uncertainty hinders our growth and blinds us to the beauty of intellectual humility. In conclusion, it is important to recognize the power of arrogance and pride and to guard against them. People should strive to be humble and to accept that they do not know everything. This will help to prevent them from making decisions based on false knowledge and will assure that they are better informed and more likely to make decisions that are beneficial to themselves and to others.